What you said? Those are chitlins?
I said scrambled.
Chitlins? Those are chitlins?
That's chitlins right here.
Why I don't smell it?
If you better not be smelling it, they're being cleaned. I gotta hold it. Okay. So we're gonna do some eggs. They're tuning in. Angel, gonna do a roast. Put that in the laundry room. Yeah, because it needs to be clean and put in there. You doing this too, or just doing chicken? No, we're doing roast. So she's gonna cook a roast too. She's gonna cook a roast too. Yeah. Is my mom as well?
She's trying to ask you a question. I told her.
I'm trying to confirm what I thought I meant to say. You said that you put corn and chicken stock in the greens.
The plan provides roadside assistance. Yes, of course.
People don't do that often now.
Hey. Hi, beautiful people. Here are the chitlins. Ooh, that is so gross.
Oh, really? So you know.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Auntie Jacky. Auntie, say hi to my viewers.
Hi, everybody.
This is
ready to cook.
Yes.
You ready to learn?
What are we gonna cook, Auntie?
We're gonna cook. Not we.
Uh-oh.
You guys are gonna cook. Roast beef. We're gonna cook some greens. We're gonna cook some cabbage. We're gonna cut up some chicken and get the chicken ready to be fried. We're gonna season it and cut it up. So if you've never cut up a chicken before, this is a great opportunity for you to learn how to cut up a chicken. Because that's what we're gonna be doing tonight.
And I've never cut up a chicken. So.
And she's never cut up a chicken. So she's gonna learn tonight. The most important thing is that once you learn how to do something, once it's demonstrated for you, the only way you're gonna get good at it is if you practice it. So you have to do it yourself. So you have to take time out at least once a week to take what you learned tonight and do it once a week. That way you become good at what you do. That's why I'm Jacky.
That's why I'm Jacky. So let me tell y'all what she taught me. So she just taught me Auntie, is this, what is this? Is this turkey or?
That's turkey.
It's turkey.
It's turkey.
And she had me.
There's a ham hock in here too, but there's turkey.
There's a turkey and a ham hock in here. And what she's done is she's frozen the chicken stock.
Chicken stock. I want to use chicken stock that's not seasoned with a whole bunch of salt. And because I'm cooking for a bunch of people, who has issues with blood pressure and kidneys, and so we don't want to cook with a lot. So we don't want to cook with a lot of salt because you don't know who needs it. So people need to be able to add the salt at the table and not as we're cooking it so much. Now, I do add some seasoning to it, but not a lot. And I have to use my own chicken stock because when you add your own chicken stock, I know that there's no MSG in it and I know that there's no salt in it. So that's what we do. Okay.
Live longer.
That's it.
I almost spilled all this chicken stock. What's the phrase? Eat good, live long. Oh, y'all don't want to help me out?
What is it? I was trying to help.
You got to set that in the water. Just set that down in the water. Not lay it down. Just set it down so it's just like that.
Oh, she said.
Is it gonna stay?
Eat good.
Yep. No.
That's okay. Look at what I'm doing. On top of something.
Oh, Angel said it was
Good.
live.
Angel said. Did you hear Angel? I don't know.
First of all, I'm feeling real dumb. Okay.
Why are you feeling dumb?
I'm feeling dumb because she told me to undo the chicken and she told me to fill this up. Put the what we just do up here.
Multiple things. You gotta multitask.
Multitask.
And
That's the
then
word.
I asked if my hair was gonna sweat out while I was in the
Yes,
kitchen.
it is. No, it won't. Okay. Cousin. What's your name?
And so, Puna, what questions would you like to ask?
What I like to ask you?
No.
No, you know what? I actually,
trying to get that girl.
I have some thoughts that I would like to share once we get into some more dialogue. I have some thoughts. Because I thought that the question was, why is it that we don't
Yes, Auntie.
last in relationships?
There's our question, our first question while we're cooking.
What is the question?
Why do you think we don't last in relationships?
Oh, I got a whole bunch to tell y'all.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but wait, Kierra, do you wanna Do you want me to show you how to? Well, we'll do both. So we'll put one roast beef in the crock pot.
Okay.
Because crock pot is an easy way for people to stay on a diet.
Okay.
Because if you put the stuff on before you go to bed, when you wake up, it's done. So when you come home from work or you come home from traveling, it's easy for you to be able to have your meat already done.
Okay.
A lot of meals can be cooked in the crock pot.
Okay.
Most of the time people stay away from the crock pot because they think of only one thing, that you can cook only certain things in it, but you can cook anything in a crock pot.
Got it.
Okay. So we'll put one one roast in the crock pot. So
Okay.
we'll show them how to do that. Then we'll put one in the oven so they can see how to cook it in the oven.
Got it.
Okay.
That's easy. Crock pot. I have a crock pot. Yeah, I have a crock pot, and I try making something.
With this,
Yeah.
what I do, even with my chitlins now, I'm cooking chitlins today. It's only 4 people in our family who really eats chitlins.
Who are they?
Right.
Me, your mom,
Dion.
Dion
eats
and,
chitlins.
yeah, and Dorinda. Dorinda likes it. She don't eat it like me and Karen would, but I remember when I first started cooking chitlins, I would make them pay for them. I would make them pay for a dish.
You will make them pay for
I
them?
mean,
They gotta pay.
Sisters?
Because nobody does the cleaning. Who does the cleaning? Me. So I would make them pay for it. They would tell me years ago I would make them pay for it. I don't do it now, but I did used to do it. I don't use hog mugs. I use nothing with chitlins, but I enjoy doing that, and I enjoy cooking. Cooking is very relaxing for me and very stimulating. So let's get this ball going.
Let's get it. What is the name of this show?
I don't know what we're gonna call this.
What we gonna call it?
Call it cooking with
Let's
Jacky.
ask people to send in.
Perfect. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get Auntie more into like social media because she can really cook and she's so fun to talk to. That's why I wanted to get y'all because she's real. She keep it raw. She gonna tell you somebody a crackhead. She might say a different term, but
you better got that.
she'll tell you the truth. If she don't say it, cause she know you probably ain't listening, she'll give you the side eye. So, I'm trying to get her like on Periscope, and since we got all these live features, I want to cook. So tell us what you think she should call her cooking show. Should it be JCC's Kitchen?
Auntie Jacky's Kitchen.
No, not Auntie Jacky. I was about to say
The world gonna call you Auntie Jackie.
What about Auntie Jacky now?
Auntie Jackie now. That's good. I like that
Auntie
one.
Jacky now?
Auntie Jackie now.
And that means you can have whatever surprise guest you got.
That'll be good.
Auntie Jackie now.
Auntie Jacky them can be the chitlins. This is nasty.
Now, don't be talking about my chicken that we gonna eat though. That's food, darling.
Now, aren't these the pig's intestines?
Yeah.
What do we have to really go into?
Do you eat chitlins?
That's what they are.
How much were you
I don't
charging them to clean them out?
Huh?
How much were you charging them to clean them out?
Oh no, I wasn't charging you to clean them out. I just charged them to get a bowl of it.
She charged them.
Charging per bowl?
Yeah.
No, and then I had to bring them to the house.
Do you see?
I was the chitlin delivery
chitlins over there? While
service.
Kierra got her face right front of. You see the chitlins? When I get finished cooking those, it's probably gonna be one bowl full.
So that's like, that's
And that's
how many intestines? That's 20 pounds of intestines? 20 pounds of intestines.
Don't call it that.
It was better than what this is my question, Auntie, because you know I've come to you and asked you about my skin.
Right.
You mama Auntie Jacky. Who are you, lady? Auntie Jacky. You mama Auntie Dodo, y'all have amazing skin. And y'all ate like that.
Yeah.
And you got me and Angel, we don't know if we're trying to be Presbyterian.
We don't know what we're gonna be.
Presbyterian.
You know what? It's the thing. This is the thing. We only eat that once a year. You guys never come on here and I have chitlin no other time other than Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's the only time we eat that. So the other thing to that is how you care for your skin. What are you doing? Are you drinking water? Water is extremely important to keeping your skin clear because it filters. When you drink lots of water, it goes through the kidney, so it gets out all the toxins.
Got it.
So that's why it's important to make sure that you're drinking lots of water. That's really important.
So you drink a lot of water.
A lot of water. And I don't drink lots of juices. Juices are full with sugar. So I don't drink a lot of sugar. And I try to just stick with water. And I use the little flutes with the crystal light stuff. And I I use those
sweeteners.
Instead of using, all those things do though is just cut down on the sugar content.
Got it.
When people drink juice, they're taking in a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
And so, and I use
Truvia.
yeah, I use that.
I use Truvia too.
And
Let's show it.
yeah.
Can you pick it back up, Hannah?
Hannah.
Truvia. It is good, and that's from the tree, actually, isn't it? That's from the plant. Is that Truvia plant? Yeah. So it's better for you.
Oh, that's what I use.
But see how my skin just.
Oh, and you know what else I forgot? What other thing we're gonna make tonight?
Now, what time we gonna go to sleep, Auntie?
What time is it? Oh, probably while y'all leave about 12 o'clock.
Oh.
That's not bad, is it?
No.
But I want to show you how tomorrow I'll show you how to make banana pudding, but I don't use real wafers.
Okay. So here's a question.
Yes, what's the question?
Why is it important to keep yourself up for your husband?
I think the most important thing is men watch women, and I think that a lot of times women tend to go out and not care about how they look. And when you go out not caring about how you look, you never know who is attracted to you, who looks at you and may be interested in talking to you. But if you look a hot mess, they're gonna say, she look a mess. So and men have a tendency of, first impression is always a lasting impression. So when you think about the lasting impression, you think about, how do I look today? Especially you guys are young. Like with me, I gotta put on a girdle and all that kind of stuff to fix it. Y'all too cute. Y'all got beauty without makeup. Y'all beautiful without makeup. The thing of it is that, going out with your hair in a bonnet with curlers, that's... Yeah.
Take that bonnet off!
Who do you want to catch? So I think the most important thing is that what men look at is who they envision themselves with in a picture. Not who they envision themselves with after you done come together, got married, and you home.
Oh, that's a great point.
So that's
so they look at like, what she look like on my arm?
Yeah, on my arm. Is she making me look good? Is she accenting me? Because you become the accent of who he is. Okay. So I think that to me is more important than anything else. So that was one of the things I think that. Your uncle was impressed with me because whenever he saw me, I was always dressed properly.
My Lord.
So, what would you say to women that get comfortable with their husband?
I think the most important thing, one of the things that my husband and I did, especially when we were raising our children, we had date night. And date night means that it's a time that's set aside. We don't have kids, that the time is meant for me and him and not anybody else. And so if we want to stay home and do a movie or go out, we fixed it. We had it so that we didn't have to worry about the children. And we did things like we would do a sheet where we would say, these are the things that I don't like about you. These are the things that I like about you.
Really?
And so when you do those kinds of things, it keeps them knowledgeable of, oh, I don't think she like that. If I say that or if I do that, she won't like it. So those are things to me that matter.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why I've been married 43 years to the same
43 years.
43. And so, but those are things that come in. Now, of course, now, since we're empty nesters, a lot of stuff I don't do anymore because, number one, the busyness that I'm in, but the business that I'm in, and because I still work every day. So when we go out, but we just still try to make our weekly time to go out or time to share with each other. And I think it's important that, a lot of times people break up. Young women break up with men, and when they break up because, well, see, he did this, and I didn't like that, and I don't know why he constantly did this, but see, did you ever sit down here and say, look, these are things that I don't like. These are things that hurt me, that make me, not want to be around you.
Got it.
I'm not trying to change you. What I'm trying to do is to make you understand who I am, and I need to be able to understand who you are.
Got it.
So let's make a list. And in that list, you're going to say, let's talk about all the things you like about me, all the things that drew you to me, all the things and all the things that you don't like about me. And I think that's the thing that really helps women to stay, up on when men look at you, what they see. Because see, the most important thing is that when a man sees something that he likes, he's going to pursue it.
Got it.
Okay? Once he pursues it, how you handle it is the other part.
So basically, how you maintain it.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Okay? And that's important because, you know, when he meets you, you're one way.
Got it.
But every time he comes over, are you that way or are you another way? How are you? So to me, that makes that is real important when someone is pursuing you.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
If you got ragged teeth, you just go to the dentist and get them done. You know, you can be beautiful. You can. Let me tell you something. You can be voluptuous. You can be skinny. It doesn't even matter. But if you need dental work, get it done. This is the thing. The most important thing is if you don't do it, then you what you get is who you attract is the way you look.
What you see is what you get.
You know, I mean, so when we want to attract somebody, we want to attract those people. And of course, you're going to attract some people that you know you're not going to talk to.
Got it.
Okay? But then the other thing to that is, you know, what kind of man are you really looking for? So are you looking for somebody that's going to be somebody that you can be proud to have on your arm as well?
Got it.
You know.
Now, you said you had an answer for our question. What were we just asking when I was saying?
Why
And you put the top
we
one.
stay in relationships that long?
Why does she think?
Why we not getting in relationships?
I think
Why are we waiting so long to get in relationships?
I think
now?
because you all have seen it, the other older women experience things that they've gone through that you guys are not going to tolerate. So there's a different generation. The generation says that, you know, back in the day when my mom was living, even if they came from an abusive home situation, their parents would tell them, well, you can't leave because you got them children, now you got to stay there. Well, guess what? Today, you don't have to do that. All right. So you need a punching bag, then I need to let you go and find one because I'm not the one.
Right.
And so that, to me, it is vital when you're talking about why women don't stay with somebody. Y'all don't stay with people now because y'all don't have to put up with the stuff. We did. We put up with junk.
Well, wait, why? Why?
Because you gotta look at if all I know is this on my head. Every time you see me, I got this on my head. That's all I know, right?
Yeah.
So if that's all I know, then all I can teach you is, now, you know, if you want to look pretty, you put this on your head. Okay. So, but now the generation time has changed so much to the point where, okay, well, I'm not wearing that.
Okay.
Because I'm beautiful just the way I am.
Right.
And I don't have to put up with the stuff that y'all put up with.
Gotcha.
Whereas we would put up with stuff because we had children. And a lot of times, women who want to be in a relationship with a man, they don't necessarily, all they want is children. They don't necessarily want to have a life of their own.
Got it.
When you got a life of your own, you're not putting up with nobody's foolishness.
Right.
I mean, like you and Angel, y'all don't put up with nobody's junk. You're self-sufficient. You're a homeowner. You have your own.
Yeah.
So look, if a man is coming after you, he got to have more than you got. Look how she was. Did you understand that?
Yes.
All right. So that's the reason why I think you all don't stay in relationships the way we did. We stayed in relationships because we felt our term or our definition of commitment was different from your definition of commitment.
Yeah.
Well, now, Auntie, I don't know if y'all would say, y'all can chime in, but I often say, I feel like we don't have the kind of men that y'all had.
Well, and I think a lot of that is true because you have some men, and I'm not talking about anybody, but you have some men who are down low who want to go both ways.
Right.
Okay, and so, you know, and if you're a woman who don't want to dibble and dabble in that, it's hard for you to find out. The only way you can find out is ask questions. And that's one of the things that we as a people and we as women tend to say, well, he'll change. He ain't gonna change.
Right.
And you can't change a man.
No, you can't change no man.
But I think also,
Can't change a man, baby. Only God can.
question.
Right.
But I think also we're afraid to ask questions because we don't want to turn the person away.
Yeah.
A lot of times we think like, okay, I won't ask him that. I'm gonna just see if he show me,
Right.
or I'm gonna see if he just brings it up himself.
Right.
And I think that if we did, like you said, just ask questions.
Right.
Then, I mean, if they walk away, they walk away. That's it.
I mean,
On to the next.
I think it's
that we're
true.
too hard
But
on
I
church
think
guys because there is so many gay ones. Like, because we be quick to be like, nope, is he?
well, the thing of it
Not
is
too
that if you're there's some women who will tolerate that. Today, women today tolerate it. Women back then, we didn't know what you know. What you guys know now, you all are so much more educated than we are. You're so much more. What's the word I want to say? You are so much more enlightened than we were. You know, because we were limited. Remember, our parents was limited at what they had, so they only went by what they learned. If they came from down south, that's what they learned. All you're supposed to do is cook dinner and make sure you had that house in order for that man. That's it. Well, that ain't all, okay?
Right.
No, because we're gonna work together. And you guys, that's what you guys do. Today, you all don't tolerate the stuff that we did. We tolerated a lot. You know, thank God I didn't have to go through that because I had a husband who worked with me, who helped me with my kids, who, whatever, you know, we came up to wherever we wanted. We sat down, we talked about it. And a lot of times women and men today, especially black, and I can only say that because that's my nationality. I can talk about the nationality that I am. And I think a lot of times today, women have a tendency to think that, well, if I don't do what he said do, he might leave me. Who cares?
Bye.
You standing at a bus stop, baby. The next bus will come.
Yes.
That's a good thing. Good way
That's
to
a
say
good
it.
analogy.
You're at a bus stop. I mean, that's all it is to being a single person. You stand at the bus stop, you're waiting for the next person to come. If that person isn't the one, why continue to tolerate that? Be done with it and move on.
So on the tour, somebody asked a really straightforward question. And it was, she said, my husband is not putting it down like he should be. And she said she's been trying to tell him that for years. How do you tell him that, like, without him being offended? Like, what would you say to a wife in that kind of situation? And should she divorce at some point if it's still
You know,
unsatisfied?
when you're talking about a husband and a wife now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And a husband and a wife, she has to find. See, one thing about me that you all know is I don't have a filter. I have no filter. And I have no filter because that was pretty much the way I was raised. But my mother was like that. And so just being truthful and honest. And I believe that being truthful and honest with people, that you would appreciate me more than you would if I lied to you. Because when you lie to a person, then they base everything that they're going to do. If they respect you, then they base everything that they do on a lie. Well, how do you get away from a lie? You know, that's what I told you. That's what you're gonna do. I think with a woman who's married, if that's something that's concerning to her, then she needs to sit down with that man, talk to him. There's stores you can go to buy stuff that you need to do to make things happen for you. Do that. Hey. I mean, you ask the question. I'm just there are stores that you can go to that you can do things, get things to help enhance your life. If you don't know to do that, then those are things that you're going to always be devastated. You're going to always be unhappy. And then when you don't talk about it, when you can't find a place to talk about it, when you can't sit down with that's what I told you. It's important to have days where you sit down and you say, okay, let's talk about our list. And you keep the list until we start getting better. When we start getting better at the things that's on our list, then that's when you can say, well, we used to do it this way, we used to do this, but now we're doing this. So he's improving. And then you got to make sure that you stroke the man's ego. If he's doing good, you got to say, you know, honey, I remember we talked about this, and you're doing better. I'm proud of you because you are doing better.
Yeah.
That's important. That's important. I mean, and that's what makes a man respect his woman even the more, that she had enough sense to come to him and sit down and try to talk to him. Now, on the other hand, you have some men who don't want to hear it.
Right.
Who think they got the be-all, the end-all thing, and they don't. How about that? Okay? So, those are the people
Yes.
that you just have to be careful with. Because with a person like that, you're never gonna, they think they're the cat's pajamas. No, you can't make nobody think they're the cat's pajamas if they think they're the cat's pajamas. Okay.
Now, what does that mean? Help us.
The cat's pajamas mean he all that.
Oh, okay. I
He got
thought
all
it was
that.
a cat's meow.
He got all that.
The cat's pajamas.
No, who used to say that to us was Ada. Remember Ada used to tell us that. Yeah. So, but I think
Thank you, the cat's
those are things to
pajamas.
me that matter. Those are things that women today need to understand that, y'all walk in and out of relationships because you don't have a good communicate, you don't communicate well, because you don't talk about
We don't talk
things.
about
You don't talk about things, and this is what I look at. When a woman loves a man more than a man loves the woman, the woman will do anything to keep him there. Even if he treats her like a dog, she'll stay there. But when a man loves a woman more than the woman loves the man, that man can get that woman to do anything he wants her to do.
So you think that's how it should be?
I think that, not necessarily that that's how it should be, but I think that that's how I felt.
Okay.
That's absolutely how I felt. Because I didn't, and see, this is what happened. A lot of women jump in bed with men before they even know the man. You don't even know him. You don't even know him. And what you have to understand is, a man thinks like this: why buy a cow
If I can get the
if you
milk
can get the milk free?
Listen.
Okay? So let's not give away our milk. Because that's the prized possession. The prized possession is the milk.
Right.
You can have half and half, or you can have whole milk.
Listen.
Trouble looking. You can either have skin.
Yes.
Which one you want? Skim milk.
Skim milk.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
That's it. So you just got it's up to you. Your choices. You got to make your choices, and when you make your choices, don't don't hold back from your choices. If your standard, you got to have a standard. If you don't have a standard, then you'll fall for anything. So the standard has to be, you got to raise the bar a little bit. Oh, okay. And see, it's a lot of women out here who say they safe, who still sleep around, and that's fine if that's what you want to do, because you got to answer to one person. That's God. So aside from that, I think that a lot of times with women, young women today, when you go to bed with a person too soon, you ruin the relationship, because then the man never knows you. All he knows you now by is she's good in bed. So that's one of the things you want to stay away from. So what do? You play chasing. It's like God. It's like how God chases us. He said He chasing those whom He what?
Love.
Absolutely. So when God chases us, that means constantly when we think things are not going the way we want them to, or we're not doing what we're supposed to do, God keep urging us and urging us and urging us along. And then finally we say, okay, I gotta stop this. And then you come to the conclusion of, I gotta do right. Well, it's the same way in a relationship with a man. The man will chase you as long as you give him a reason to chase you. If you jump into bed with him too soon, he has no reason to chase you, baby, because you've already given him your goods. Okay? So if your goods, and the more you do it, the more you're gonna see he's gonna chase after you. The more you stay true to your own self and love on yourself, y'all got to love yourself. Don't expect for somebody else to love you. Don't make a baby be the reason why you be with somebody. Don't do that. That's a big problem. That's an issue. The issue is that you think that because you get pregnant to have a baby, that's gonna make that man stay there. That man will stay there and treat you like a dog.
Yeah.
Get a life.
Get a life.
Get a life.
Here's another question. How do you tell a friend? My friend is married. How do I tell my friend that I know that her husband is cheating?
Oh my God. She knows her
her.
husband is cheating.
How do I tell my friend that I know her husband's cheating? If she's your friend, then you need to tell her. If you know it. Now, here's knowing it. Here's knowing it.
You seen it.
Hey, and look,
I gotta have some data.
I done took some pictures.
Yeah.
See, you can't go to. Let me tell you something. This happened to me years and years and years ago. It was a girl, a friend of mine, when I was in nursing school, and I had seen her husband with somebody. I saw the woman. I knew that it was a woman in the car, but guess what? The woman was a relative. So see, that's why you got to have proof. You got to have proof. You can't just tell somebody stuff.
Right.
You know, and this is the one of the things that you guys had that we didn't have, like this texting and all that stuff, and putting all your laundry on internet. See, some stuff you can't fight a war on the internet. Then everybody knows all your business.
Right.
They know everything they need to know about you. They know. So if it's somebody who was interested in you, somebody you may have been interested in, you done put all your dirty laundry on the internet. Here the man go, well, I was interested, but I ain't no more.
Right.
So these are things that you guys have to really think about being young women, and all of y'all are beautiful, beautiful women. Y'all just gotta learn how to raise your standard a little higher. I need that top to be on that.
I was looking for the top.
on that.
Where is it? It's not.
What you do, Top? Is it in the
trying to
top?
find.
Looking
So how do you tell the woman that her husband is cheating?
The way I would tell is I would have something. I would have some pictures. I remember there's a friend of mine who passed away, and she suspected that her husband was cheating.
My God.
That's what we did. We got in the car one day when her husband got off from work, and what made it so I can't say the person's name. So let me fix this right quick. So
Say Joe.
okay. So the person's name was Betty. The person's name was Betty. And the man her husband was also cheating with somebody from his job, and her name was Betty. There you go.
Lord.
So every time he bought something in the house, he had Betty's name on it. So the wife thought that Betty was her.
Oh my.
But the Betty was the girlfriend.
So what we did? Somebody with the same name.
Yes.
Dang.
Okay. So what happened?
She on code.
That was crazy.
So what happened? We got in the car, and that's my friend, and she suspects it. So we follow. We get in the car, and we follow him home from work. When he gets home from work, he gets dressed up because she's supposed to be at work, but she gets off that day early, so we can do this. So we set it up. We follow him, and he goes to somebody's house. And when he goes to this person's house, she takes the pictures of the house. She takes a picture of his car in her driveway. She takes a picture of her car. And then we wait there, and she takes pictures of him walking out of the house with her.
Oh my.
So at that point, there's nothing else that he could say. There's nothing he could say. So you just gotta have a way to do it. And you can't be crazy. You know, some of y'all girls, y'all young folk is crazy. You gonna flatten folk tires and scratching up their car. What you doing?
Listen, I was about to say, well, I'm a problem.
Kierra. You splash somebody's tire.
Wait a minute. Well, I've been delivered. For what for? Okay, so wait, I gotta ask a question. So wait a minute, ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you feel better after you did it?
I did.
So wait. You felt better after you did it?
Yes,
Okay, but
just a little bit, but it didn't.
my next word about that. Did it fix what you was trying to do? So then what was the point?
Right.
There was no point in doing that.
Nope.
So the best way to get somebody like that is to cut them off.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like a wife to her husband when he done made her mad.
Yeah.
Then you cut that off.
Yeah.
There it is right there. You just cut that. All the SEXs, GON.
Oh,
Until we can come back together.
Great. Now that was another question.
Huh?
A wife trying to punish her husband for sex? I mean, with sex?
No. And that's what women do.
Are they supposed to do that?
No, they're not.
Okay.
But are we supposed to do a lot of things as long as it stays within the household?
Well, no, I'm asking because that was another topic that came up, and one of the guys were like, you ain't supposed to do that. The Bible say that basically I can go cheat if you ain't giving me what I'm supposed to have.
Okay.
What is it?
No, the Bible
No. What is it? Super benevolence?
No. Yeah, but then that's the Bible.
But that, I'm not saying that the Bible says that, but I'm saying they use that.
But see, it's just like it's like. I want to put this right, so okay. But no, we're not supposed to do that. No, we're not. But
why can't I? If you giving me problems, why shouldn't I? We gonna take a break while I'm married.
Exactly. That's what I'm fixing to say to you. One of the things that me and my husband agreed upon was we would never go to bed trying to be angry with each other. I've never not slept in the bed with my husband ever. So we try to we try to talk through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You talk through it to get through it. Maybe we're not gonna do nothing tonight, but we're gonna talk through it so that at least we don't go to bed. Because see, if you go to bed and you're angry and somebody died, what you gonna do?
Right.
So you can't do that. So see, when you get married, these are things that you have to learn how to do. And these things you learn how to do. And they don't just come easy, but you have to, the most important thing to me that you as women have to learn how to do is to communicate with men and communicate. We don't communicate because if we think, well, if I say that, he gonna be mad. If I say that, he ain't gonna want to give me no money. Well, get your own money.
Okay.
Have your own money.
Sean, what did you say? Your grandparents?
Oh, I would say my papa would always say the same thing. I grew up knowing never to go to bed angry.
Yeah.
With your spouse, but he said the funny thing about it is if you lay in the bed together, he said, I would touch her and she would scoop. He said, I would touch her again and she would scoop some more.
Further.
He said, when I touched her for the very last time, she fell off the bed.
Okay,
all of a sudden now we starting to laugh and what we were mad about.
Right. It didn't matter anymore. So this is the reason why I'm saying today, you got, see what he's saying?
Where's the old
It is
school
old
love?
school.
Grandparents love and
You know,
together
but
for
these are
70, 80,
the
90
most
years.
right. But communication is so important.
You're right, Auntie.
Communicate.
I'm still learning that.
You know, and even with you, Nikki, but you're young and you're married and got 2 children. It's still a work in progress. You're working on your marriage all your life, the whole time you're married. The only thing about getting old being married, like with me and your uncle, is you look like sister and brother now.
Yes.
You don't look like husband and wife no more. You look like sister and brother.
That's true. They do
You
start
looking like that,
yeah.
because you're so used to seeing them together, and they just kind of act just alike.
Yeah.
Like, watch out. She gonna do this. He gonna do this, and we end up doing just what y'all say we gonna do. But I mean, a lot of that is because we're still old school. So you guys y'all have all these things that we never had. We didn't have stores to go to like y'all have, toys that you can go and do. We didn't have all the multimedia stuff that you guys have. We didn't have any of that. Okay? I remember when we had beepers. I was so excited about having a beeper. What beeper? A beeper. I mean, see what I'm saying? Look at what y'all have. Y'all can get on the internet and talk get on the internet and just tell all your business. And so those things, the internet to me is to be used to talk about all the great things that's happening in your life. Not necessarily, and I'm not saying that because we're all gonna go through things. We're all gonna have troubles. We're all gonna experience being downhearted, being feeling empty, feeling lonely. And a lot of times when I hear women say they're lonely, there's a reason why you're lonely. Why are you lonely? You're lonely for a reason. And so everybody defines loneliness in their own, they have their own definition of loneliness. When you say you feel lonely, why are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling lonely because you don't have somebody in your life? Because I remember when we were coming up, I had always had a guy friend that if I needed to go somewhere, we wasn't girlfriend and girlfriend. We had friends that we could just go out with.
Yeah.
We would go out and eat. If we didn't do nothing else, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We would go out and eat and have a good time. So that took the place of when you say you're lonely, I need to know why you're lonely. Are you lonely just because you feel like you need a man and you want a boyfriend? And see, look at y'all today. Today, y'all having babies at 45 and 50. We know somebody 50 finna have a baby.
That's why these two was about to get
You on camera.
But
I didn't reach those.
But you got people who are 50 that are having babies, and I applaud them. I applaud them because they waited. They didn't ruin their life by And then I'm not saying that you ruin your life when you have children. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is when you do have a child, okay, then that takes you down further on the totem pole. So if you're here because you're single.
Yes.
When you have a baby, you stuck here. Because then you have more what? Responsibility. And you are being made to be more what? Accountable. Okay? So when those kind of things happen, you know, you look at when people choose career over having a family or over being married. And it's because they have a goal in mind and they're not going to stop until they reach that goal. Right. So raise the bar on what you want in life. Raise the bar on how you want to live. Raise the bar on being the best woman that you can be and love you. Love who you are. Don't let a man define who you are. Don't let a man define what you're going to have. Don't let that happen. Because you guys have more than we had.
Do you think that a part of the issue is that we have a lot more access than we used to?
Absolutely.
Than you used to. So, like, because now, like, y'all had to date people. Who y'all, you okay? I thought you felt tired. Y'all had to date people that y'all, like, worked with or y'all went to school with or went to church with. Like, whereas we have the internet. Like, you can fall in love with somebody that lives in Germany without even meeting them.
Right.
And then you y'all come together and get married and then you know,
get catfish.
You can catfish somebody. You can y'all leave the internet service.
I'm telling you. But you know what? There are some people. I mean, there are some people who find somebody on the internet who they do fall in love with. Who is good. It happens. But you gotta be strategic about how you do that. You don't just get on the internet and go out and meet somebody and don't nobody know where you're going. If you're going to meet somebody on the internet, you want to meet them in a public place. You want to meet them in a place where, you know, you don't want to meet them in a place where it's secluded, where nobody knows it. Why do you think we see so many women they're found dead, been with somebody on the internet, didn't know nothing about them. They was crazy.
Right.
I mean, crazy.
Right.
Okay?
I don't play with that internet. Listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the Lord to send me an angel.
That's what you have to do. But the thing you got to remember is the Bible says also that he that findeth the wife. That's why I'm telling you, carry yourself in a position or in a way where you want God to send you somebody.
Right.
And what is that way?
What is your purpose? What do you want out of life? What is it that? What is your dream? Okay, Kiki. What is your dream man?
My dream man.
Woo!
All right, let's hear it.
Let me hear.
Let's hear it.
My dream man is somebody like my daddy. That's the answer every time. I know. As far of course, like the God thing.
Yeah.
If I can trust, like you said, you said like the man should love me more than I love myself. Mm-hmm. But I think that if he loves God, I can trust his judgment. And so, you know, when the whole trusting thing comes into play, I can just be like, oh, I can trust you. So the God thing, I want you to have your own thing going on. I want you to have some money. I want you to be okay with being held accountable. I want you to be handsome, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
I really kind of don't want to be in a situation where I have to, you okay looking, but I'll grow to love you.
You don't want that?
I don't want it to be I have to grow to love you.
Yeah.
I want it to be you look good and I'm gonna try to love you.
There you go.
You know, so
But it doesn't always happen that way.
And honest.
And honest. Okay, so look at the very first thing you said was a T word. What was it?
Trust.
Absolutely. So trust is more important than anything else, because if you can trust a man,
Yeah.
you know, if he's saved and you can trust him, then you get a whole lot more.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now, it may not necessarily be that you find somebody who's handsome like you want them to be, like the epitome of who your dad is, or who you envision as being your dream man. It may not necessarily be that way. But if God would have it to be that way for you, then there are things that you're going to have to do too. Because suppose he feels like, well, I like her, but I don't want to have to grow to love her. See, you got to remember that the same way you think, they think too. He thinks the same thing.
But I don't think that's complicated.
It's not complicated, Key. It's not complicated at all. But I think the most important thing is being able to love yourself enough to say, well, he's not the one.
Oh, okay.
See, and women stay in relationships with men long after before they should. Before they should. They need to stop
we
it.
figured out in the beginning.
Yeah, when you figure out from the beginning, and then you just tag on. Okay. I don't feel like going out with him today. Damn.
Yeah.
He's my boyfriend, so I gotta go out with him. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Tell him bye.
Yeah. Tell him bye.
Just tell him bye. Don't allow yourself to get in a humdrum situation. And when you get into when you find a person that you think this is the person I want, then that's when you start testing the waters. And I'm not talking about sleeping with. I'm talking about does he have the same vision that you have? Is he ambitious? Does he want money? Does he want you guys to work together to grow and create what's the word I want to use?
Dynasty.
A dynasty together. Is this somebody that you can create that with? If you can't, and if you see where this person, he got some of the qualities, but the one that means the most important to you, if he don't have that quality, then you need to let him alone.
Oh, that's a good question now. Go ahead.
Go.
I was gonna say, I think the most important thing I know what I'm doing in my singleness is creating a list of negotiable and non-negotiable.
There you go.
The negotiables of this is if you lacked in this area, or I can negotiate with this thing that you may have, opposed to the things that are non-negotiable, like Kierra said, or of course your God-fearing man, your honesty, the trust.
Right.
I think the negotiable could be the looks, because if you're God-fearing, then that part of you is the most attractive thing, that I can look past the physical and love you so into your spirit that you look fine. Because your spirit is, but not as far as like saying he's a dime. You can be on the scale of an 8 or 7. You know,
No, because I'm not saying that because I'm not the best looking woman. Like I ain't, I'm cute, but can we really? I am cute, but can we really look past that part?
Well, let me ask you.
You're right. I mean, not to say that, no, looks are very important. I think that definitely makes you say, yep, I'm going to be with you. But I can also say that sometimes, like, because they're not that fine, but that God thing in them, the way they worship, the way they talk, the way they may hold your hand, the way they may just look in your eyes, the way they make you feel.
Yeah, because I'm dating a very ugly guys. Okay?
You know, and it's like,
Let's say the name.
Right. No,
don't do that. You can't do that.
No, that makes sense.
sexuality just makes you look past just that
Absolutely.
part. But they gotta be still on the right. Maybe not be a 10, but you know.
And she's right. Yeah. She is so right. And the thing you have to understand that when you love somebody, you don't just love the physical part of them. Because see, if you're saying that, Key, if you're saying you just love the physical part start to be, then that takes that's gonna make your standard of who you want. That's gonna drop your standard down.
Sure.
Because he may be fine.
Yeah, because there's some fine ones that's some bum.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice. That's what I
They be fine and bums, just
bummed out. Just totally bummed out.
Yeah.
And so I think that to me, that's got to be important. That's got to be important. That you have to understand that, you know, and when you're attracted to somebody, it's not necessarily, you're attracted to them for a reason.
Yeah.
If you're attracted to a person who, the first time you dated the person, he was like that, you was attracted to him, and then the second time you was attracted to that another person, and he had the same mentality that the other person had, then you need to change your attractions.
Yeah.
I have a question.
There's something in you that needs to heal.
There you go.
That is attractive.
There you go.
Which is what I think is about.
What's some signs that would make you run away during your dating stage?
Doing the what?
The dating stage. Like while you're dating.
Am I the only one?
Yes.
Yes, you're
Yes,
the
you
other
are.
one. Number 2, wait a minute.
You're the married one, so you speak.
Speak on what? You can talk.